lives for these days still now.
Well, I just want to know if he comes on today, he's going to fall over again, like he did last year, my old roommate. What a character, though. He loves this. Rushy's obviously on the bench with Kenny because he's had that knee operation, but he loves these occasions as well, and I think it always stays with you. But it just depends how long you can last.
Really good mix as well in the Milan setup with the likes of Cafu, who's reaching 50 now, but Massimo Ambrosini, who's only just turned 40, and a couple of boys were still playing, of course, in Serie A last season and the season before as well, particularly Marco Borriello.
Yeah, but they look fit, you know, they all look strong. It's a shame that Maldini's not fit enough to play, but Cafu still looks fit, even at his age.
So let's have a look at the starting 11s, and as always, of course, we'll start with Liverpool. And the newest addition, as we've mentioned, to the Liverpool Legends setup this year is Glenn Johnson, having just retired, of course, from his time at Stoke City. Bjorn Kvarme is going to play in the middle of midfield with Steven Gerrard. We think that is down, Nigel, to his legs. And of course, Luis Garcia and Dirk are still very, very fit boys as well. I'm not so sure about Robbie.
well, Robbie says, I think I put my weight back on. I'm about the same as I was this stage last season. But Luis Garcia and Dirk do his running for him. It's just feeding Robbie, because you never lose that ability to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's what Robbie's got as well. Stephen will be looking for those front three as well with early passes. It's up to Glenn Johnson to get forward and try and support, because Alan Kennedy might get forward, but he certainly won't get back.
Let's have a look at who Milan have got starting in their 11, and there are some truly wonderful names. If you just look through, and Alessandro Costa Curta, Dida in goal, Cafu, and then the likes of Pirlo and Gattuso, Kaka, Inzaghi, Rui Costa as well. I mean, truly great names of European and world football.
But brothers, look at that front six. Pirlo in the middle, Ambrosini, who's a top player, Gattuso, and then that front three, Kaka, Inzaghi, Rui Costa, what a player he was as well. Very fit young man as well. But then Cafu, maybe not bombing on quite as much as he used to in his pomp, but that's what his game is.
Well, Pippo Inzaghi, the man who scored twice in the final of 2007, after being the 19th man in the final of 2005. And Kaka, of course, as big a name as world football could produce. Of course, he was still playing in the build-up to the MLS with Orlando City a couple of years ago. And Alessandro Costa Curta, I mean, Billy, of course, to everyone in world football, and just one of the truly great names.
Absolutely brilliant defender as well. But Milan over the years have had plenty of those top defenders, haven't they? But what was brilliant was when they came out to warm up, what a round of applause they got off the Liverpool supporters and the Italian supporters in the corner there. It's a great ovation to say, look, thank you for coming, and we respect you, and we're going to enjoy this 80 minutes in front of us.
These boys absolutely love these days. It rolls back the years for them, and it takes them back to all the feelings that they had in their playing days. Peter Banks is going to be on the Premier League list next year. He's a really well-respected referee who hails from Merseyside. And he's at Anfield today, taking charge of this game and about to get us underway. Another encounter for the Liverpool Legends, another great day at Anfield, and Milan Glory are the visitors. And it's Liverpool who will get us underway, and immediately stroking the ball around, and Steven Gerrard's actually giving it away to Inzaghi very, very early on. There's plenty of talent in that side, as you see Gattuso, and I mean, even if you didn't know that was Pirlo, you could still recognise him from that gait and the way that he runs.
He looks so cool, doesn't he? He looks like one of those Italian suit models, doesn't he? Very cool. But what a player. He played the game at his own pace. He'll try and slow the game down as much as he can, get on the ball. And that's what the Reds have got to do. Just get a feel for the ball early on here. Knock it about, everybody get a touch. Get your passing range.
Daniel Agger wasn't going to pull a groin there, was he? Or a hamstring in stretching for Sami Hyypiä's pass there.
No, you don't want to be doing that in the first 5 minutes.
Kennedy back towards Agger. His touch was a little bit heavy, and he did catch Pippo Inzaghi a little.
Yeah, I think Inzaghi pulled out of that one and has got a touch of the studs on the top of his foot. And there's Gattuso making a challenge.
Rino Gattuso, of course, who like you played for Rangers and actually was dumped by Rangers at the age of, what, 20 by Dick Advocat, who played him at fullback, and having Having signed by Walter Smith, and Rangers missed out there, didn't they?
Absolutely, and Walter brought him in as a very young man, great attitude, suited to the Scottish game as well, in my opinion. But Dick, for some reason, wanted to bring the Dutch players in.
Oh, that's a little slip. Now Liverpool have Fowler, and the ball is in behind. An opportunity for Luis Garcia. The recovery tackle was a pretty decent one by Kaka, the mayor of Tbilisi these days. That's towards Dirk. The layoff was looking for Fowler. Perhaps as the Luis Garcia was offside, the first shot of the day is deflected and through for the great Dida. Wonderful goalkeeper.
Yeah, top-class goalkeeper, absolutely. But everybody's slipping over. The sprinklers were on before the game on a couple of occasions, and I think it's just made it a little bit greasy on top.
Well, the ground staff do treat every game here as though it's a first-team game, and the pitch is prepared the same way, because that's the best way to care for it.
Absolutely, that's the way it should be.
Here is Kaka.
Crowd loving that one.
Ambrosini. Well picked up by Gerrard in midfield. And here's Dirk. Still plenty in those legs. Not so much in Robbie Fowler's.
Robbie went feet, not down the line.
A little look from Robbie as if to say, listen, I wouldn't have got that 10 years ago, never mind now.
Yeah, I think that's good. Know your players.
It is good too, so it's a useful three, of course, in that midfield for Milan. Pirlo and Gattuso. And Ambrosini he's not really the lesser member of that. He was the club captain when Maldini retired in 2009. He missed the 2005 final through injury, played in 2007. Yeah, actually scored the goal that got Milan to Istanbul, a thumping header against PSV Eindhoven in 2005 in the last minute of the game as well. Otherwise it could have been Liverpool PSV, and history could be very different.
Absolutely. That's those little measures in football which count. You know, you look in the Champions League, you need that little bit of luck to get through. Liverpool took full advantage of that.
Costa Curta back to Dida, back to Alessandro Costa Curta. Heavy touch by Kaladze, and here's Steven Gerrard. He had three teammates around the ball, but he didn't find any of them. Kuyt and Luis Garcia and Robbie Fowler were all waiting. He's lost in midfield by Rui Costa. Luis Garcia will be a little annoyed that he failed to control that.
Yeah, sometimes you can't quite do what you used to do when you're a little bit younger. You're not quite so. Oh, that's a good tackle, that. Costa Curta. And Steven Gerrard was away. Tried the little backheel for Robbie. Not in the same wavelength. Gattuso recovered. But sometimes your mind knows what you want to do, but your body just doesn't do it as you get that little bit older. You know with that one, don't you?
I don't think my body ever did it. It's a lovely flick and turn by Kaka. Serginho on the overlap. And we do have support in the middle from Inzaghi. The challenge is a good one. That's a Liverpool goal kick. Serginho's still got a decent turn of foot about him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he still looks fit on that left-hand side. Jamie Carragher did well, came across, interception, played it off him.
He's 47 now, is Serginho. And of course, will always be remembered for missing his kick in the shootout in Istanbul. It was Ambrosini who just caught Kuyt, but the play will go on. Liverpool have the ball and Dirk has it. Again, Robbie Fowler can't quite get it. Kaladze's touch was momentarily worrying for him. That's a couple of those for him so far. We will continue to give him his full title. Kaka Kaladze, the mayor of Tbilisi. He's a politician these days now. Here's Cafu. First time we've seen him bombing forward. And the cross, the standing up, and the... Well, that would have been a collector's item, wouldn't it? But Inzaghi's got it in his locker. He just couldn't quite get the leg up and over.
He used to have it in his locker, I'm not so sure now. But most players would have headed this. He pulls away to the back, so Stick, instead of heading it or knocking it back for the runner, he's gone for the spectacular overhead kick. Unfortunately, got it horribly wrong for him. Well wide. But good to see Cafu getting forward again.
By the way, how easy did he make that cross look, just standing it up for Inzaghi at the far post. Brilliant. Here's Gerrard. Forward run through the inside right channel, and he's taken a couple of players away, which is why there's lots of space on this near side for Alan Kennedy. Aga. Gerrard again. Robbing the ball for Fowler. Can hit them from there. Has support outside him. Here's Kennedy. And took it straight into the midriffs of Cafu.
I hope AK's been training or doing double training sessions for this game. I think he'll be off after 5 minutes.
Already played 7.5.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that yet. He thinks only 2.
Here's Costa Curta. We've not seen any looks towards the dugout, and Kenny Davies will probably keep him on just to punish him a little longer. It's a lovely ball forward. Liverpool trying again with Luis Garcia. The cover was good.
Pirlo read the situation. He looks so fit still, doesn't he? I know he's not stopped playing very long.
2 years since he was playing in the MLS. Here comes that change for Liverpool now. Alan Kennedy will make way. 8 minutes it was into the game. And a very popular man in Jimmy Traore steps out for the first time at Anfield in the Liverpool Legends. 05 will forever be his proudest moment as a footballer. Here's Kuyt with a lovely little run in behind. A little pullback as well for Glenn Johnson. A little layoff that won't quite come for Luis Garcia. Away by Pirlo. As casual as Andrea Pirlo does. Liverpool have it back. Farmy can't quite keep it. And Gattuso, who just encapsulates everything about desire in football and how to get the very best out of yourself.
Absolutely, he's done tremendous as a coach now, and looked like he was going to get the sack earlier in the season, but they've stuck with him.
I imagine there will be quite a few of his current players watching him today, because they'll give him a bit of sticking training this week.
Absolutely, he looks a little bit more rounded than we'd expect for someone who's training every day. Steven Gerrard still looks, you know, slimline and capable of playing at this level by the looks of it, or even higher level. But maybe Gattuso's not going to quite make the full 80 minutes, but we'll see.
I think it is worth saying about him as well. He's been in charge of Milan for a couple of years now, and he's taken them from nowhere really to back in the Champions League positions, which is, you know, quite the achievement. Yes, there's been a lot of investment once again in Milan, but that's a club that has been in the doldrums for a few years, really.
Well, both Milan clubs, isn't it? Inter as well. They're both sort of heading in the right direction. But Gattuso's done a really good job there this season, I think, under difficult circumstances as well.
He took over after Vincenzo Montella had a difficult period at the San Siro.
Yeah, they had the problems with Higuain as well, who's now at Chelsea. Brought him in on loan from Juventus, and then he wanted to leave, so you've got to deal with all that, and they're still heading in the right direction, which is good to see. That's
Pirlo forward, looking for Kaka. Daniel Agger able to turn well and find Gerrard. Said he still gets the hair standing up on the back of his neck when he walks out of the tunnel at Anfield, does Daniel Agger. That's Gerrard. Liverpool on the prowl here. He's looking for Robbie Fowler as it was played forward by Dirk. Didn't quite find him.
Well, Liverpool are the team that are dominating more in possession in the final third. Just no testing of Dida yet.
Great read by Ambrosini when Steven Gerrard picks his pocket. Traore. And dummy was by Luis Garcia. Doesn't quite find Robbie Fowler. Cafu's got a fair bit of space here. Inzaghi moves the ball on, and it will come back towards, well, it was supposed to come back to Cafu from Rui Costa, didn't quite get to him. It's been nearly for Milan so far with those little passes.
Yeah, the Liverpool back three have read the situation quite well most of the time.
Johnson. again, Glenn Johnson. Fowler breaks now. Header away by Caladze. It's Ambrosini. A little bit of space here. Rui Costa. He's travelled a long way. Thought about having a shot, and maybe he would have been better doing so because his final ball in the end.
Should have just played it easy to Gattuso to his right-hand side. You know, there's 4 of them out of the game.
Oh, that's a good challenge. Serginho had stayed deep. Luis Garcia. Robbie Fowler was a little dummy, and it nearly comes to Glenn Johnson. I think the flag probably would have gone up against Glenn Johnson had it rolled through.
Yeah, but it's good control possession. Robbie Fowler getting involved, a little flick. Glenn Johnson, wasn't he? We'll never know, but it's good to see him getting forward. Luis Garcia's little pass in, Robbie flicking it on. Glenn Johnson can't get there before Dida, but that's good movement.
That's Gerrard looking for Luis Garcia. Header away was by Costa Curta.
We haven't seen anybody take a long-range shot yet. And I think
they're coming, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're just getting those legs warmed up, ready to really smash through the ball someone. Steven Gerrard or Gattuso, or
it does take quite the effort to beat Dida. He's 6'5", 45 now.
Yeah, he's a big boy, isn't he? To place it on the floor. That was in the corner. Easy from here, isn't it?
Pirlo. You knew it was Pirlo, didn't you? That sort of effortless pass from one side of the pitch to the other. Languid style. Caladze. There's Pirlo again. There's Rui Costa. Well, that's a foul against Daniel Agger on Gattuso.
Yeah, a bit tight in there. Just a little pass in from Rui Costa. Gattuso, little touch, and Daniel Agger just comes through the back. It's a free kick. He still looks really fit, though, Daniel Agger, doesn't he? Pirlo on the ball.
Well, it's a fair way out. Of course, they've got a few who could take them, but Pirlo taking responsibility. It will be comfortable to go out. It will be a corner. Jessie Dudek was trying to get there.
Yeah, leave those ones, Jersey. They're going out for a corner, man. Save your energy.
Well, Liverpool with some defending to do here. There's the free kick that probably wouldn't have troubled him. It was.
Not one of his better efforts. Yeah.
I think that's the best way to describe it, isn't it? Serginho will take. Inzaghi comes near post. Carragher with the header. Sami Hyypiä's underneath it. He doesn't get it too far away, but the second time of asking will find Gerrard. And here's Dirk Kuyt. And all of a sudden Liverpool are getting plenty of players forward. It's Gerrard taking it in his stride. He's found Dirk Kuyt, and Luis Garcia's arriving. Well, had it gone in, it would have been a breakaway goal that would have been very Liverpool of the Jurgen Klopp era. As it was, it's just a fraction wide.
What a goal this would have been. Little nutmegs there from Steven Gerrard as well. Ball to the back post, and Luis Garcia, I expected him to score there. He just turns his head at the last minute, I think. Beautiful ball. Got to score, Luis. Man of his class. Just turns his head, puts it wide.
Well, Dida's big frame may have just put him off a little and made him try to direct the ball and try and be a little more precise, but didn't quite take the chance. Luis Garcia, that's the first real chance.
Yeah, brilliant move though, counter-attacking at its best. Just the end product lacking really from Luis Garcia there, because it's a lovely ball from Dirk Kuyt.
That's Gattuso. This is Serginho. Inzaghi goes now. Hyypiä with the header, and Milan will have their second corner.
Yeah, it's a good ball in, unexpected ball in, to be fair. There's only Inzaghi in the box. Sami Hyypiä just gets his head on it. Yeah, beats everybody out for the corner.
Great ovation for Andrea Pirlo as he takes the corner. It wasn't the worst effort coming across the near post.
Worked it well.
Ultimate in penalty box predators. You know, with Inzaghi, there was a time that the coaches at Milan and Juventus told him not to get involved in the build-up play, just to clear off, stay on the last man and go from there.
Yeah, save your energy for goal scoring and movement.
As well, one back by Cafu. I don't think Peter Banks is going to buy into the little tumble.
Yeah, I know what I want to do, but the legs won't get me there. I'll dive on the floor.
It was a little sad the way it all ended for Cafu in 2006 at the World Cup, wasn't it? Because he'd had such a glorious career with his country and throughout, and he was almost held up as one of those, along with Roberto Carlos, to blame for Brazil's failings in the 2006 World Cup. Having done so well for the nation.
They're always looking to blame someone, aren't they? But I think those two were outstanding players for Brazil for a long, long time.
Yeah, Serginho had 10 years as a Milan player, as a left back, only won 10 caps because Roberto Carlos was there.
Yeah. Well, Cafu playing here and Roberto Carlos playing at Real Madrid. You don't get much better than that, do you? So to try and break into that Brazilian team at the time was tough. You had to be an outstanding player. But I remember watching Brazil against Germany before '98. And watching those two play and thinking, how are Brazil playing? Because the two fullbacks played like wingers and just left the two centre-backs on their own with Dunga in front.
Did they shape the way that the game is played now?
I think that was the start of it. That Brazilian team really started to shape the way, because you have Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Romario. Denilson was coming through as well.
He needed his own ball to play, though, didn't he, Denilson, at times? That's lovely from Kaka. And they do have support here. The ball will go wide far side. Inzaghi and Kaka wait in the middle. Yeah, Rui Costa not quite able to keep it when they had a good situation developing.
Yeah, it's broken down off him a few times.
He's looking for Cafu. The cover was by Dirk. Jimmy Traore took a gamble. That's Gattuso. And that's Jessie do that.
Well, they do that. You can see that Gattuso's looking for Inzaghi there. Good block from Daniel Agger in the end.
Jimmy Traore's not heard that shout of man on from Anfield for a long time, and he soon got shut, didn't he?
You shout me quicker.
There's Gerrard. On to Jimmy Traore. Out for Gerrard. It's Ambrosini that's very, very tight. And wins the ball as well. And there's Inzaghi. Kaka. Rui Costa. Dirk Kuyt went down. Not too happy, but play goes on, and Kaka only found the legs of Kwame.
Well, we've got 20 minutes gone and there's some tired legs out there already, as you'd expect.
I think Bjorn Kwame is classed as one of the fittest boys in that Liverpool squad.
Yeah, I think that's why they're playing him in the midfield alongside Steven. Give him a bit of legs in the middle, the work rate.
Steven's only 38 himself, but it's comfortable from Agger. Jamie Carragher still trains very, very hard, albeit not. I don't think football training is his thing now. He's more of a boxing man.
Yeah, looked very fit when he came and did an interview with us down on the touchline before the game. Looked very fit, Jamie. He's having the time to do it. There's
not much middle-aged punch, I think they call it, don't they? A little bit of spread. There's not much of that around with these boys these days. Here's Kuyt. Cafu staying tight.
Were you looking at me, Brothers, then?
Not at all.
No? You sure?
You look like you could still play out there, Nigel, you know that.
Yeah, I wish I could. But these boys are doing really well out there. 20 minutes gone.
There's actually a decent tempo as well about it, isn't there?
Yeah, end-to-end stuff. Just need that first goal.
Johnson. It's going to come to Carragher. Gerrard. And then not entirely sure that Alessandro Costa-Curta meant that. He's 52, by the way, now, is Alessandro Costa-Curta. 21 years a Milan player.
Wow.
It's 12 years since he played his final game for the club, back in 2007. Scored a penalty as well on his final appearance for the club. I think he'd gone 15 years without a goal as well.
It's a great way to finish then. The goal on your final appearance. What was it,
40? 41, oldest scorer in Serie A. A little bit of space and the shot. Oh! Wasn't far away. Nothing at all Rui Costa's done so far. It's gone right for him, and then he produces that out of nowhere. Yeah,
very little backlift on that from Rui Costa. This opens up for him. Goes for the top corner, just can't keep it down. I think Jessie was struggling a little bit if that's going to hit the target.
And he joined Milan from Fiorentina back in 2001. He's actually 47 this week on Friday.
Is he Rui Costa?
Yeah. He's had a great career as well. Benfica, of course, and finished up at Benfica as well.
I think he's still working there now, isn't he? Works there for the club a little bit like Maldini does at AC Milan. Great to see that some of the all-time greats of clubs are now back working within the clubs, because the finances are so much better these days. They can actually bring the legends back and work within the clubs. Doing it here at Liverpool, of course, with the likes of Ian Rush and Sir Kenny Dalglish, ambassadors.
Sami Hyypiä. Luis Garcia coming a little deep. Here's Traore. Garcia, Cafu was in the way. Pirlo. Luis Garcia tussling with Gattuso and doing enough to rob the little man of the ball. Pirlo always seems to know where the ball's going. That was one part of his career. I don't think many people saw him make any thunderous tackles in his career, but he always seemed to win the ball.
Yeah, because he reads the situation so well. You don't need to make those tackles. If you know where the ball's going to go, it's like Bob Paisley used to say to us, you know, the first yard's in your head. If you can read the game, if you've got the pace as well, probably got 2 yards on everybody else, but if you can read the game, you've definitely got a yard on your opponent.
Here's Rui Costa. Cafu again making ground, making good ground as well. He's looking for Rui Costa again, but a really good challenge by Kwame. And here comes Gerrard finding space. And here comes Big Sammy, striding out of defence. And then heading forward into the penalty area as well. Johnson, oh, the space for Fowler! Lovely finish. He can still do it, don't you worry. You put the ball on Robbie Fowler's foot in front of goal, and he will respond.
Brilliant finish from Robbie. Good movement as well. They all set off by Sammy coming out of the defence, playing it wide, and Glenn Johnson gets time and space to pick someone out. And it's good movement from Robbie in between the 2 centre-backs, and just helps it on his way with the outside of his left foot into the corner. Lovely ball from Glenn Johnson. Brilliant finish from Robbie. Helps it on his way. Dida, absolutely no chance of that one. Right in the corner.
Johnson's assist, Fowler's finish. And nothing Costa-Curta could do with the despairing lunge. Robbie Fowler putting Liverpool in front.
Class finish. Class finish, because he takes the pace off the ball and just helps it on his way in the corner.
In case you ever doubted it, he's still got it. That's forward looking for Inzaghi, but offside. Mark Perry's flag. Here's Traore. And Daniel Agger will take the opportunity to stride out of defence. His pass just put Dirk Kuyt into a bit of trouble, but here's Gerrard. And now Johnson. There's plenty waiting. Around the back is Daniel Agger. And he nearly got in behind Cafu there. Wasn't far away.
No, he wasn't far away. Continue his run. It was Glenn Johnson again. Just dinking that ball into the back stick. Daniel Agger around the back. Not sure if he took his eye off the ball a little bit because Cafu's coming across. I thought he might have made better contact with that, Daniel. Just puts it wide.
Another super ball by Glenn Johnson again. Traore's touch. And the second is a little heavy. Costa Kuyt. That's Kaladze.
Can't believe Kenny's not got any of the boys warming up down there. He's probably said, save your energy.
Jason McAteer would have been warming up since before kickoff. Put me on, Gaffer.
He's probably doing press-ups in front of Kenny there.
There are plenty of the boys out there who, when they're not in the starting 11, are disappointed. I mean, they know they're going to play, but you know, I think it's that initial walking out of the tunnel, isn't it? And
yep,
hearing you'll never walk alone as you come out.
Oh, yep. When you come up that tunnel, you'll never walk alone. That really does put the hair on the back of your arms, in the back of your neck.
Glorious ball from Pirlo. Cafu. On to Gattuso, and there is space wide. It was for Ambrosini, but the ball was well cut out. Liverpool had enough numbers back. Here's Dirk. I think when you did speak to a few of the Liverpool Legends boys, when they saw the Milan team and the squad they were bringing, there was a little bit of trepidation, but it's been all Liverpool so far. And Luis Garcia's in here. Good save by Dida, who then remembered that he couldn't pick it up and clears away.
Yeah, good save, stood up well. Again, it's a lovely ball from right to left from Dirk.
That's Gerrard. Dirk again. He's been a real thorn in Milan's side so far, and the header is by Luis Garcia. It's just off target. Well, this was a decent stop by Dida, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a good stop. This is sorting his laces out now. But this is brilliant from right to left, and Steven Gerrard into Luis Garcia. The shot on his... He got his angles really well. They stood up well, Dida, and then it's knocked back to him from Costa Kuyt, and he deals with it. But good play from Luis Garcia. Good shot. Strong hands. That's good from Luis, taking Costa Kuyt on, gets his shot on target. Unfortunately, straight at Dida.
He was one of the great trailblazers, wasn't he, for Brazilian goalkeepers. Tafarel had been at Galatasaray and had a decent spell, but Dida particularly sort of set standards for a new breed of Brazilian goalkeepers when he came to Europe, didn't he?
Absolutely, and playing for the top clubs as well. 6'5", his agility, you know, and goalkeeping. And back then, he was like, everybody looked at Brazilian goalkeepers and said they only play in goal because they're not good enough outfield, but he was actually a top keeper.
There was a fallacy, wasn't there, in the 70s and 80s, that all Brazilian goalkeepers who had... Dida, by the way, wears black, and wears black in tribute or honour of his goalkeeping hero, who was Rinat Dasayev, the Russian goalkeeper of the 80s. Remember him? Yeah. Here's Kaka.
That's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah. Dida loved Rinat Dasayev, apparently. Here's Cafu. Kaka again. That's a lovely ball in. Cafu. Here's Costa Kuyt. Serginho. It's a decent ball. He was caught as well. And the man arriving is Gattuso. Traore is there. Inzaghi's there as well, but Traore will head away again. Kaka. Luis Garcia steps in to win it. Dirk just tackled Luis Garcia, or the other way around.
All falling over out there. Get some longer studs on, boys.
That's a lovely ball for Rui Costa. And that's towards Inzaghi. It won't reach him. Jamie Carragher got in the way.
Great idea, though. Watching the ball all the way as it's coming in at that pace. You can see the fright in the ball. Rui Costa trying to just help it back into Inzaghi. Just took the deflection out for the corner.
Another opportunity. And taken short as well. Serginho. Noticeable that Kaladze and Kuyt aren't bothering going forward for corners.
No, stay back. They're sensible, see? Reading the game. Don't waste your energy.
Well, Kuyt at 52, he's thinking, yeah. Kaladze's only 41, he could get back.
Or should get back.
Well, let's go downstairs because Peter McDowell's on the Liverpool Legends bench and he's with Michael Owen.
Yeah, Michael Owen sat alongside me, who looks quite comfortable at the moment. He's got his knees covered with a bench card. I don't know how comfortable you are watching the game as opposed to being on the pitch, Mike.
Oh, it's a right laugh down here on the bench because you just take the mick out of everyone out there, don't you? But it'll be our chance soon, so I might not laugh too hard.
Look quite comfortable though, haven't they? Great goal from Robbie and look quite in control, this Liverpool team.
It was a brilliant ball in, but what a finish by Robbie. Yeah, he was total class. Just a deft little touch into the far corner. He's been doing that round these spots for ages, hasn't he? So no surprise that he finished the only real good chance, I'd say, although Louis Garcia had a cracking chance with a header, didn't he?
How eager are you to get on then at this stage? What are we now, 32 minutes on the clock? Are you looking for some action before the half? Are you quite happy to go in with 10 or 15 minutes once the second starts?
I think I'm coming on at half-time as the inside scoop. I think there's about 4 or 5 of us coming on, but I'm quite happy here with my coat wrapped around my legs and it's nice and warm and we're having a laugh, but no, I'm sure I'll stretch my legs in the second half and looking forward to it.
And Michael has confirmed that these seats are heated as well, so they are very, very comfortable indeed. Back to you guys.
Fairly decent analysis by Owen there. There could be a future in that punditry for him.
Maybe. No, Michael's speaking really well.
There's Steven Gerrard.
I wish we had the heated seats up here.
Johnson. That's the first one that he's miscued. His delivery's been really, really good so far, but yeah. An apology and a little annoyed as well.
Yeah, standards, because his crossing, as you said, has been brilliant up to this point. Just gets that one horribly wrong.
He's only 34, 200 appearances, of course, in a Liverpool shirt.
Yeah, I
so
think
the time that he went on to become England's right back as well.
Yeah, but I think Jono could play as in a back three. He could play in a back four.
It was Liverpool he found himself, wasn't it, as well, after, you know, West Ham and Chelsea.
Yeah, well, West Ham, he only played a couple of games.
Here's Luis Garcia. Johnson's going round the corner. And now Dirk Kuyt, held up by Ambrosini. Serginho with the challenge. Pirlo wanted a little too much time. And here's Gerrard. And tried to thread it for Robbie Fowler on his left foot. Rui Costa. Cafu, flag stays down, Inzaghi's in the middle, and the flag's up against him. The cover was really, really good anyway.
Yeah, Inzaghi was stood in there, he's offside, but Jamie Carragher wasn't taking any chances there. Came across, got his toe in, it's definitely offside.
Well, Jamie Carragher is playing as the right back now. They did start as a 3, didn't they? But they've basically moved it because I think they've decided as Inzaghi's the only striker for Milan, there's no point them all being in the middle. Here's Luis Garcia, who's caused real problems at the other end towards Fowler. The challenge was by Kaladze.
Yeah, I think also with Jimmy Traore coming on and Alan Kennedy going back off to the bench, maybe the change to a back four. Glenn Johnson can get forward at the right time because he's got the energy to get up and down. Carragher can just squeeze across.
There were times that he did play on the right side of midfield, of course, in his Liverpool days. Here's Massimo Ambrosini. Serginho. And Pirlo just had to put a hurry on there. Kuyt. On for Cafu. Pirlo was looking for Kaka, didn't quite find the pass. Aga was in the way. Just wonder if the Milan players have been a little caught out at how competitive Liverpool are, because they do take these games seriously, and at times Milan have been lovely to watch as Pirlo plays the ball forward looking for Inzaghi, and there was a little coming together with Jamie Carragher there, and Inzaghi's none too happy, and Jamie Carragher runs away as well, but it's a good old tussle between two old warriors. Here's Dirk Kuyt at the other end. And will shoot. Couldn't keep it down.
Yeah, you can see what he was trying to do though, Dirk Kuyt coming on that right foot, good movement. Going inside, trying to bend it for that far corner, leans back on it, gets underneath it a little bit. But it's good play from Dirk. No support, I'll go for goal. Just leans back on it a little bit over the top.
That's Ambrosini. Rui Costa, Kaka and Inzaghi wait in the middle. Serginho joining as well. Rui Costa still got it. He's already sent one shot over the top. Here's Cafu. Oh, that's set up for Kaka. Lovely. That's a really good save. That is a smart stop by Jessie Dudek.
Excellent save from Dudek down to his left-hand side. Hadn't had anything to do in this game. Kaka given enough time to take the touch and then try and place it in the corner. And he reacts really well, Jessie Dudek there, down to his left-hand side. Good save.
Varme with the clearance. Comes out to Costa Curta. Gattuso for Pirlo. Traore was in the way. Massimo Ambrosini. Rui Costa. Gattuso. Gerrard tussling with him. Always remember what happened when they were running the other way, of course, in 05. Gattuso and Gerrard into that penalty area. It's Gattuso's switch for Serginho. It's a lovely ball. Serginho's little flick. Ambrosini will go up. Liverpool will clear. Well, the attempt once again from Inzaghi. Again, rising to it, but again not quite able to hit the target.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because it's very straight, trying to help it on its way towards Dudek. Well, this is the first time that Milan have had a little bit of a spell where they push Liverpool back. Jessie doing it. Great with the supporters down there watching the game, getting involved. Great to see.
John Aldridge is holding court, it would appear, on the Liverpool bench at the moment.
I don't know what story he's telling down there.
Well, Nigel, you've spent a lot of time with Aldo in the LFC TV studios of late, and it is hard for you to get a word in edgeways at times, isn't it?
It used to be like that when we were roommates as well. Used to try and get him to make the tea, he never did.
There's the delivery. Again, it will run through. Well, it's been quite the first half, hasn't it, Nigel, really? Liverpool have really dominated. I think Milan have been caught out a little by Liverpool's tempo and the way they go about these games.
Yeah, I think, Randy, you actually said that just a few minutes ago, and I looked at it and thought, yeah, I think maybe Liverpool are very competitive, want to win here at Anfield, and the Milan players probably thought they might be out for a little stroll, but I think they found themselves they're going to have to do better in the second half to really break this Liverpool defence down. Liverpool on the counter-attack look good, they look fit. All for Milan to do in the second 40 minutes.
Well, we are into 1 minute of time that's being added on by Peter Banks.
1 minute added time, 1 minute.
Luis Garcia. Traore on the overlap. Cafu will get there first. Nice flick, nice trick.
That is brilliant. How old is he now, Cafu?
48.
Right, I mean, the energy to get up and down, putting crosses into the box, getting back and defend has been superb.
There's Rui Costa again over, again trying to make something happen. Well, it's going to be a corner before half-time, won by Kaka. And a chance to level things up before the break. Into time added on, at the end of the time added on.
Well, they've only got 3 in the box.
Yes, they're not loading the penalty area up here, the Milan. And it was looking for Ambrosini, and that will do the end of the first half, in which Liverpool have dominated from the first whistle, really, and they got themselves a high-class goal as well. Glenn Johnson's delivery, and Robbie Fowler rolling back the years with a stunning finish. There have been a couple of other chances as well. Luis Garcia, who has gone close on a couple of occasions as well. Well, Liverpool have dictated it mostly. Well, there's been a few good flashes from Milan so far, but at half-time here, it's Liverpool Legends 1, Milan Glory 0.
Please support the LFC Foundation.
If you'd like to play your part in helping children and young people on Merseyside and beyond, then head to liverpoolfc.com/foundation. You can also donate on the Liverpool FC Facebook site, where the details are pinned to the top of the page.
My name's Jessie and I'm 12. To kicks, I've been coming for about 3 years. It gives me joy and it keeps me healthy. I just grew up with football all around me. Like, my dad loved football, and football was always like going on in the street. I just got involved, and after a few years the coach said I was to go and try for Liverpool, and just started from there. You just need to come one time, and then when you come time you'll build your confidence up, and then you'll be able to come every time and then just kick on from there. It's just like pleasure, because like when you do something good, you just feel proud of yourself, and then you just feel, oh, what can I do next to make yourself feel proud? I'm a Liverpool fan, obviously. My favourite players are Salah, Gerrard when he was playing. I love Firmino, and not for Liverpool, you have to love Messi.
I think Jessie first came to us about 2 years ago. We've done little projects together. She's done work at Anfield Sports Centre on the 3G there. On a Friday night, it's just something where it's away from academy football, where she can express herself. Other children, other academies are coming here as well. It's a less pressurised environment where you can see them taking people on, being a bit of freedom. First session she came, Jessie's trying to nutmeg people, so that went down well for all the locals, and then ever since then, she just straight away, she was into the spirit of things in the area. And when she first came, she was a little bit shy, and she just came here with lads twice the size, some a little bit cheeky, some a little bit streetwise, and all of a sudden she's just grown. So I think the confidence and that streetwise nature will hopefully help her in her career to come as well. The way she's willing to learn, she's a good knowledge of the game already, and technically she's absolutely outstanding. So we hopefully little England call-ups and a little career in football going forward, because she's a fantastic girl but also a fantastic player.
I just want to carry on playing football, and I just want to keep being driven to go and play for Liverpool and maybe be in the World Cup for England women. Being part of a team, I think it's just good because you can help others and they help build your confidence, and you can just have banter with them as well. And then some of them become to be your best mates. I found playing football has given me self-confidence.
Good evening, you're watching LFC News, and here are tonight's headlines.
There was only one name on everyone's lips as they made their way home, and that, of course, was the new signing Alisson Becker, after the Brazilian goalkeeper completed his move to Liverpool from AS Roma.
Humble, embarrassed and very proud, the words of Sir Kenny Dalglish after he officially received his knighthood earlier today.
Hello there, very good evening to you. Welcome along to LFC News, live from Anfield on a huge night for Liverpool.
For Jurgen Klopp's side, well, they arrived here in Charlotte, North Carolina yesterday morning.
Liverpool confirmed today that the club is proceeding with the redevelopment of the academy site in Kirby, with the intention to move the first team there from 2020.
LFC News brings you daily bulletins from Melwood and a live extended programme every evening at 5 and 6 o'clock, plus special programmes to bring you exclusive club news first. LFC News, be in the know.
Few and far between in the first half. Luis Garcia came close to breaking the deadlock, his header flashing wide of the post, but then Liverpool did get themselves in front. That predatory instinct of Robbie Fowler to the fore as he got the opening goal. Milan have had chances, Kaka close, but Dudek equal to it. Welcome back to Anfield. Half-time here is Liverpool 1, AC Milan 0. Bruce Grobler's back alongside. Bruce, it has been a game so far that took a little bit of time to get going, but as the game's worn on, the link-up plays got better, the football's got better, and the boys seem to have got into it.
Yeah, we started off giving the ball away too easily, and then they were capitalising. And then Pirlo is absolutely brilliant with his passing. He's never given the ball away here. But we got our noses in front. As I said, Robbie Fowler is the master of getting a sniff at goal, and he'll put one in.
Yeah, and that instinct is there, isn't it? Just to be in the right place, to know where the ball's going to go. The approach play was good, and Robbie gets in that right spot.
He does. He just sniffs where the ball is going to be, and he gets in there. You know, it was a little bit of a hesitant start, but look at that. He drifts in there and he gets into the pocket, gets in front of the defender, and he slots it away.
Yeah, just waiting for that ball from Glenn Johnson. He sees it's going to come and just waits, times his run to perfection.
Absolutely. You know, you have a look at Johnson's cross here. You can see him drifting in. There we go, in front of the defender. No chance.
Yeah, just fractionally ahead of the AC Milan player. That's the difference. Just that split second just makes all the difference in those situations. And that was the goal. All the chances for Liverpool through the course of the half. We spoke earlier. Luis Garcia was one who was a bright player. You spoke beforehand about Luis Garcia would have the legs, has the ability, and he showed that frequently involved in the attacking third.
Absolutely. And if you have a look at Dirk Kuyt and he gets across, and when he does, and what a cross for Luis Garcia. You would have bet your house on that he was going to score that. But he's human, after all.
The only chance, a few different moments through the first half for the Reds, looking to try and force a way forward. Again, that's
another one.
Good play by Dirk Cafu again, who looked bright. Him and Stevie have shown with Lewis. They've got a bit of legs, got a bit of bounce.
Yes, exactly. And there he has another shot. And as I said, if you have a look at Dida, you know, Robbie's goal, it wasn't too far away from him, but he couldn't move his feet quick enough. I said it in the beginning, he's got a little bit of a stiff legs, and that's what happened.
Yeah, not the most mobile these days. In terms of Milan, they have carried a threat. We saw that, especially in the latter stage, one or two moments where they did make us think and say, you know what, we can get level in this game.
Well, listen, Kaka was absolutely brilliant. He can show why he only packed in 2 years ago with Orlando, and you know, with the chances he had, Jersey equal to it, gets down to his left.
Good save there down well, he gets it because that's a decent, well hit.
Absolutely, he hasn't got stiff legs. There we go.
Between the two goalkeepers.
Yeah. Movement of his feet, quick feet, and he gets down very quickly.
Okay, great stuff, Bruce. Okay, that's it from us for half-time. Then, yeah, finally poised at the break. The Reds have a slender advantage. Robbie Fowler's goal, that predatory instinct coming to the fore, has given the Reds the lead at the interval. Half-time here, Liverpool 1, AC Milan 0. All the second half action is on the way next.
Hi, this is Luis Garcia. It will be great if you can support the LFC Foundation.
If you'd like to play your part in helping children and young people on Merseyside and beyond, then head to liverpoolfc.com/foundation. You can also donate on the Liverpool FC Facebook site, where the details are pinned to the top of the page.
I'm Vicky and I'm mum to Joe and Rosie. We've been involved with the foundation now for about since it started 10 years ago, from the very beginning. I found that the LFC Foundation has supported us through, bringing Joe and Rosie here every week. They're able to participate in things that, maximises their abilities really. It's a chance for them to mix with other children and adults of their own abilities. Coaches are fantastic, the support's amazing, and you can have a laugh and a joke with them.
I think I first met Joe when I was about 18, as you've all known yourselves from meeting him today. Straight away, he just makes you feel welcome, gives you a big hug, singing and dancing. And I think I met Rosie when we first moved to this location as a family. We've been great ever since we met them. I count myself quite lucky to have had the opportunities that I've been given and to meet people like Rosie and Joe and to work with them on a weekly basis. I think everyone, whatever line of work, would really benefit from having the likes of Joe walk into the office and just raise everybody's mood at boss. So.
This is Rosie, my daughter, and this is Kate, my stepdaughter. Joe's been going to Respect for All now for 10 years or more, and he absolutely loves coming to this venue every week. Rosie's been coming now for the last couple of years, and again, she absolutely loves coming. It's just something where they can come and let off steam, and they've got brilliant coaches that can support them in the activities that are provided, and yeah, it's just great. They love talking about it to family and friends. It's something that is part of their life now.
I like Liverpool. I like Jamie, Billy, Jake and Lewis. Been brilliant. And I love you, Liverpool.
We attended an event last year in Oxford which involved other disability sections from other clubs across the country, and both Joe and Rosie absolutely loved that. I'd be totally lost without it. I'd say it gives both Joe and Rosie something to look forward to every week. They don't feel sort of different from other children because they're with children with the same abilities or similar to what they are themselves. They can just be who they want to be. I've found that we're stronger together.
Good evening, you're watching LFC News, and here are tonight's headlines.
Hello there, very good evening to you. Welcome along to LFC News live from Anfield.
Jurgen Klopp's side, well, they arrived here in Charlotte, North Carolina yesterday morning.
Late on Friday, Liverpool confirmed their third summer signing.
LFC News brings you daily bulletins from Melwood and a live extended programme every evening at 5 and 6 o'clock. LFC News, be in the know.
Welcome back. It is just getting a little chilly now, actually. It was nice and warm earlier in the day, and the players of Milan's Legends team are out on the field doing a little bit of warming up with some changes coming. There's Vladimir Spitzer, who will be joining us in a little while, as well as we'll make a few changes at half-time, as we always get in these sort of games. And I think the crowd will be very happy to see the likes of Steven Gerrard staying on the field, of course, in this game. A lot of people love to see Steven, of course.
Absolutely. Well, he's a top-class player. He was only a world-class player.
There's Christian Abbiati, who will be in goal for the second half, as the still referred to as the Liverpool captain makes his way back out. He will always be known as the Liverpool captain, Steven Gerrard. And changes for Milan as well, as they start to rotate their players as well. Jamie Carragher will be staying out there as well, as will Glenn Johnson. Fit boys, but nice to see Djibril Cissé out there Of course, him coming back in that final in 05 after that horrific leg break and scoring his penalty.
That was a terrible leg break, wasn't it? He did well to come back from that, but that did curtail his career, because I remember as a youngster watching him for the French under-18s, he was absolutely fantastic. He was going to be one of the great players.
Yeah, that injury that he sustained at Blackburn Rovers in the challenge with Jay McEverley was as bad as I think a lot of people had seen. Pirlo and Ambrosini are staying with us. We'll run through the times for Milan and for Liverpool for you. Kaka is staying out there as well. There's a lot of new faces out there on both sides, but Liverpool now have Jason McAteer as their right back. Sander Westerveld, of course, is the goalkeeper now. Jamie Carragher staying out there. Daniel Agger is Glenn Johnson, and then Salif Diao is joining Steven Gerrard, and Patrick Berger in midfield. Djibril Cissé, as we see it, is with Michael Owen and Steve McManaman as front three. And Liverpool leading by a goal to nil, and good value for that as well in this LFC Foundation game. And a challenge match with the legends of Milan, Milan Glory. Cafu has stepped forward now to playing a midfield role alongside Andrea Pirlo and Massimo Ambrosini. First touch at the back there for a man that you probably won't be too familiar with in terms of the Milan Legends team. Digao, who of course is Kaka's brother.
Yeah, what did he play twice?
Here's Jason McAteer. Twice, yes. There's McManaman on towards Owen. Steven Gerrard had nowhere to go there, and Pirlo gets the ball away to Kaka. Serginho couldn't keep it. There's Patrick Berger looking for the run of Michael Owen, and Abiati will come and gather. There he is, Digao, younger brother of Kaka. Imagine being the younger brother of Kaka when you're growing up. He did play a couple of times for Milan's first team, but spent a lot of time out on loan.
I think try a different sport. Kaka's your brother, don't you? Your younger brother's coming through, son, or your older brother, whichever way around it is. Just find a different sport.
Here's Djibril Cissé. He looks up and sees a runner in the middle. Nearly got through. It was Digao who actually made the challenge to get there just ahead of Michael Owen.
I'm not sure he knew much about it, though, did he? Just stopped it from going to Michael.
He had a career. He spent 5 years at Milan. He spent time away on loan at the likes of Standard Liège and Rimini and places like that. So he's not just Kaka's brother. He did have a career.
You mean he wasn't just carrying his bags? It was more than that.
There were lots of stories in the old days, weren't there, about players signing two players from one country so they had company. That's a decent ball that's played forward. Crosses very, very deep, looking for Cafu. The volley in the end is way over the top.
Great technique, though, coming onto that, Cafu. But I don't think he's going to beat Westerveld from there, Sander, who's just come on at half-time. But a great technique, trying to keep it down.
Lovely ball by Marco Borriello, who was scoring goals, by the way, in Serie A last season. Playing for Spal.
Oh, wow.
The year before, I think he actually scored 16 times in the season as well, so he's still a fit boy. Serginho. Support outside, he comes from Giuseppe Pancaro. Lovely piece of skill to step away from Diao. Pancaro still going here. Probably best remembered Pancaro from his time at Lazio. He won the Scudetto under Sven-Göran Eriksson. Glenn Johnson now playing at left back, of course, for Liverpool. Certain Massimo Otto's delighted having come on and Johnson switched sides. So dig out at 33 as the youngest man on show today, but Glenn Johnson's only a little older. Here's Cisse queuing up in the middle, the red shirts. Isn't far away from Salif Diao. McManaman. Scoop. Won't find its way through. Owen tried to turn, but Abiati will gather.
You can see what Steve McManaman was trying to do there. Just a little dink in for Michael Owen. Good defending, but it came back to him. Then Michael in the tassel there. Just can't get his shot off.
Daniel Agger turning well. That's nice. Gerrard will chase. Go with the challenge. Here's Cisse. Gerrard's made really good ground round the back. If Djibril Cisse can find him here. Abiati still in the way.
He got his ankles right there, didn't he?
Well, last played in 2016, did Christian Abiati's 41 now, 18 years, Milan player. Of course, he was back up really while Dida was the #1, but became first choice in 2008. Suffered a really bad injury, I think, actually, in his first year. Had to really fight to become the first choice at Milan. Of course, he's a goalkeeping coach as well. He's worked with and he's been a real mentor for Donnarumma, the outstanding young goalkeeper at Milan now.
Top-class goalkeeper.
Pirlo. Didn't find Kaka. Jamie Carragher was in the way, but this is Ambrosini. Cafu. That's Massimo Oddo on the outside. Johnson in the way. Pirlo. A little scoop for Cafu. And he does have support here. If he can find a white shirt. It was Daniel Agger who got in the way. The follow-up was by Kaka.
There wasn't enough support for him, was there? He got into a really good position. Cafu, and he's waiting for the support here. Where's the runners? Where are the runners? It's only Inzaghi there, and Daniel Agger did really well, stepped in.
Cisse. We're looking for Salif Diao. It's Massimo Oddo again. 34 caps for Italy as the right back. Decent career, didn't he? It's a decent ball as well from the full-back.
He had a really good career.
Simic for Pirlo. These are all names that you remember so well, aren't they, from Italian football? That's a ball looking for Cafu. Jamie Carragher making sure there was no way through. And Cafu, I think, was just politely inquiring as to the legality of Jamie Carragher's challenge. Peter Banks, so fair enough. And that ball is for Cisse, but it won't find him. Abiati will get it. And the apology for Djibril Cisse. It's Ambrosini. Ball looking for Marco Borriello. Cover again by Daniel Agger. The more you watch Daniel Agger, the more you think that he could still be playing, couldn't he?
He does. He looks that fit, that sharp. Beautiful left foot as well.
Nice take by Patrick Berger. That's Gerrard. A little run by Owen. Very nearly found its way through towards Djibril Cisse. Berger. That sweet left foot. That sweet left foot. It comes to Johnson. Couldn't find a way past the challenge, but the referee says foul. I think think he's going to give it right on the edge of the penalty area. Massimo Ambrosini is none too impressed.
Well, he goes down, he's outside the box, that's for sure. There's a late challenge, you can see them.
Pirlo's already won the ball.
Yeah.
And Ambrosini's fouled him.
Yeah. But it's still a foul. They won't be happy if they stick this free kick in the back of the net. No, will they, Milan?
The Kop would love it to go in the back of the net, though, and Steven Gerrard is setting himself very deliberately. He's having a chat as well with a couple of the Milan boys in the wall.
Yeah, should I just smash it into the wall, he said to them. They said, no, thank you.
Make sure you're holding on here. I'm certain Djibril Cissé has only a very small part in this as he stands just off the ball. It is Gerrard, and it is into the wall, and the Kop's left disappointed. Just like Pirlo's a little earlier, he just wasn't caught with any real decisiveness by Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, a little bit timid on it. I don't think Steven wanted to really strike right through the ball. Don't want to pull a muscle or anything. I think Pirlo did the same in the first half.
That's nice from Liverpool again. Cissé brought down well by Bancaro.
Has Jason Kaka had a kick yet?
One, I think.
One.
Berger. Forward for Cissé, who's in and onside, and scores. Back at Anfield, back at the Kop end, and Djibril Cissé scores for Liverpool and makes it look very, very easy.
Cool finish. Quick feet as well. Djibril Cissé. A little ball from Patrick Berger. He's definitely onside. Abiati comes out, stands up, but Cissé quick feet just passes it through him basically. This is Berger's pass. Cissé through the middle. It's it low past the keeper. Liverpool 2-0 up. That's just what they wanted at the start of this second half, really. That second goal.
He'll enjoy being back and doing that. 37 now, Djibril Cissé. Back with Liverpool and scoring goals at the Kop end.
Score Liverpool second, Djibril Cissé.
Here's Pirlo. Kaka. (2-0) to Liverpool. Two really good goals as well. Bancaro. Ambrosini. That's Kaka. And in behind, but a little overhit. Cafu not getting there. He's got this management locked down to a T, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he'd make a good manager one day, don't you, Sir Kenny? He's been a brilliant manager and player. Not forget that as well. Still got the sense of humour. I was down having a chat with him before the game.
He gave you lots of stick, did he?
Yeah, he always gives everybody lots of stick. Little one-liners, as you well know, brothers. That haircut never changes, though, does it? Or is it a wig these days? Don't tell him I said that.
Oh, he'll hear, don't worry.
He will.
Here's Ambrosini, he hears everything. Here's Patrick Berger winning the ball back and finding Michael Owen. Here's Gerrard. On by McManaman. Carragher. McAteer. Here's Serginho. Chance for Milan to break here. And ball's a little overhit for Kaka. Ambrosini's underneath it. Pirlo. Got two Liverpool players around him, but Stroked it around. Jason McAteer's the one who's doing all the running after the ball there.
It's called doggy work, that is, from Jason there.
He's a little out of position now. Pancaro's got him behind him, but the ball goes the other way. This is Pirlo. It's Pirlo again looking in behind McAteer for Giuseppe Pancaro. Now Serginho. Very cool, Glenn Johnson. It was one of his trademarks really down the years, wasn't it? Just a little chest touch back to the goalkeeper, and now Liverpool are breaking it at the other end. Here's Glenn Johnson. Berger goes on the outside, Owen through the middle. Here is Michael Owen. Johnson gets it back. And he maybe just tried to walk it in. And with that, let's go down to a man who will feel he should have scored in the first half, because Peter McDowell is down on the Liverpool bench and he's with Luis Garcia.
Yeah, Luis Garcia is sat next to me at the moment, who did particularly well in the first half. These Legends games often by now have got 6, 7, 8, 9 goals. It shows how tight and how much quality has been in the game so far, Lucho.
No, definitely. The keepers are doing okay, and I think well, at the end it's about that, trying to score goals, and people enjoy this kind of games, and well, we do too.
When you look at the players out there as well, we're often as football fans looking to see if the players look exactly the same as when they were playing. Steven Gerrard does look exactly the same, doesn't he? He's having as much influence on the game as well.
As always. I mean, at the end it's about that. We know Stevie, and it's true that maybe the game goes a bit slower, but at the end the quality is there, and well, you can see on the touches and the involvement of Stevie in the game. So it's been fantastic just to watch him play for a while.
Lovely moment as well for Djibril Cissé, a teammate from Istanbul who is making his first appearance as a former Liverpool player. That goal certainly meant a lot to him.
Definitely, and he was excited to come here. We were talking before the game. He said that for me it's a proper game, so I'm so glad that he had the chance to score. For him, it means a lot, and we love to have him here.
And just finally, you travel in little groups in 2 and 3 quite often, but to have all of your teammates together, I think you're going to enjoy a good night tonight, aren't you?
Probably there will be a few rounds, so hopefully we can celebrate the win of the game today.
Enjoy. Thank you, Lucho.
Here's Glenn Johnson for Liverpool. On towards Owen. Very politically correct of Pete not to mention that chance in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done an interview.
Gerrard! Abiati watched it all the way. And Steven Gerrard caught it well, but couldn't quite keep it down.
The crowd have been wanting him to do this all afternoon. When it comes to Steven, they're saying shoot. This time he does shoot. Just rising over the crossbar of Abiati. Just watches it go. Enough power in it, but not the direction.
And the reaction of Steven Gerrard as well. I think the goalkeeper got hands on that as well, didn't he? Just to help it over the top. The reaction of Steven Gerrard, none too happy. Here's Kaka. Serginho and Borriello. That's good cover. He may have been playing in Serie A last season, but Jamie Carragher and Daniel Agger are still a formidable beast at the heart of that Liverpool defence.
Absolutely, they both look really trim, don't they? Fit, competitive as well. They want to keep a clean sheet.
Pirlo, lovely ball. Borriello, a bit of a miscue. He did take it really well, didn't he? But
yep,
then maybe just forced the shot a little.
Yeah, snatched it a little bit, but his movement's really good, and you can't win a ball in front there, Daniel. Caught out of position, but the shot, and Borriello drags it wide.
It was a product of Milan's academy, farmed out into the lower leagues really until 2002, and really around then he was sort of like the 4th choice striker, because of course he had some fairly big names around then. He missed the 2007 final when he was actually banned from playing. Wasn't able to be part of the squad. Spent a fairly nomadic period after that. As we say, still playing in Serie A last season. Scored 16 goals 2 seasons ago, playing for Cagliari in the Italian top division, which is a decent return in that flight. That's looking for Cisse. Abiati will come and gather. I know Ciro Immobile and people like that have changed the record a little, but certainly if you got anywhere between 15-20 in Serie A, it was always seen as a really, really good return, wasn't it?
Really good return, but I just feel the Italian game now has become a little bit more expansive. Everybody thought, you know, it was a negative defence, get 1-0, sit deep, don't leave any space. They don't play that way anymore. It's a really good league.
Well, Sarri's Napoli changed the ball game, really, didn't they, with the way they started to press and attack teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you've got Juventus who do what Juventus
does. All right, yeah. Just a machine, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Speaking of machines, here's Jamie Carragher. Comfortable for Sander Westerveld, who has time to find Glenn Johnson. Steve McManaman says he'll have it. And here's Jason McAteer. Jason won't thank us for saying he's one of the elder members of the Liverpool squad these days, but he certainly has worked very hard on his fitness. Here's Kaka. Oh, that's a hack by Daniel Agger. That's a stonewall yellow card on any other day in a competitive game.
Absolutely.
Lunge.
I got there as quickly as I could, ref. Kaka's done him there. It's away. Bad challenge from Daniel Agger. But this is a really good situation here for Milan. You've got Pirlo over the ball, who fancy it.
Well, they could have a little competition, couldn't they? He and Steven Gerrard about who was the better free kick taker down the years. They've both had one attempt at goal so far, and so it's over to Andrea Pirlo once again. Serginho's over it as well. But it has to be Pirlo. It is Pirlo, and it is absolutely brilliant. Oh, it is exactly what Andrea Pirlo is all around. Absolutely wonderful moment. Appreciated by the Anfield crowd. Special, special footballer.
Absolutely, special footballer, special talent. He just steps up there, and Sander just stands still. He knows he's beaten. Up and over the wall, with pace, into the corner. Great technique, goes so flat over the top of the wall, brings it down. Goalkeeper, absolutely no chance. And that's probably justice for the challenge on Kaka. They've taken full advantage and they're back in this game.
Not even an effort. Just makes it look so easy. Glorious footballer. Really, really special footballer. Do you know, in 2005, if you actually read his book, he says that he nearly retired after the 2005 final because he said football didn't make sense to him for a long time after that. Here's Johnson at the other end. Abiati gathers. But you can understand that.
Yeah.
He really, really thoughtful footballer, and he couldn't compute in his mind what had happened to Milan to lose that final. And he said even when they won it in 2007, it didn't make up for the loss in 2005.
No, I don't think you can ever make up for that.
Well, that's a little short from Westerveld, and the chance for Borriello and Westerveld as well to recover and make the save, and to keep Liverpool leading, because Milan very nearly scored 2 in a couple of minutes there.
Yeah, poor goalkeeping from Sander in the first place, where he covered. But you can understand that from Pirlo, what he's saying, because you're playing in a Champions League final, you're 3-0 up, you think you've won it, and then suddenly the turnaround, and credit to Liverpool how they did that, obviously in Istanbul. But I think even if you go on and win it like they did in 2007, it never takes that memory and that taste in your mouth away. But he went on to play for Juventus, don't forget, and won plenty of titles.
Well, Sander Westerveld got himself in trouble here and got himself out of trouble, didn't he?
Yeah, just about there. I think Jamie Carragher would have probably got back on the line there. A corner for Liverpool.
He does well there. Liverpool's corner, away by Pancaro. Of all the left foots in all the grounds in all the world, you would have wanted that to fall to there, and it was Patrick Berger's.
Yeah, he comes out, he couldn't resist that, taking that on the volley. Doesn't quite come down low enough for him to hit and dip. Takes it on, and not his best effort.
The Liverpool changes. Patrick Berger looks on at what could have been. Vladimir Smitsa is going to come on for Glenn Johnson here. Really good return for Glenn Johnson to a ground that he graced, of course, so well in a Liverpool shirt. A big part in Liverpool's first half performance in setting up those goals. And now we'll make way for the man who stepped out in 2005 and was the big thorn in Milan's side.
Yeah, good player, good energy, great technique as well. Can run with the ball, good shot as well. But Glenn Johnson, I thought, did well in his first appearance for the Legends.
He should do at 34.
Absolutely. You're not wrong.
Really, really likeable footballer and person, Glenn Johnson, who really did put everything into his career. Had a lot of injuries, of course, that hampered him later on in his time at Liverpool. Here's Kaka. McAteer with the challenge. He'll live on that one for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I tackled Kaka.
See it when I took it off him. Effortless it was. He'll talk us through it post-match, no doubt. Here's Steve McManaman.
He was in my back pocket the whole game.
A lovely touch by Smeetser. McManaman for Berger. Here's Gerrard. Lovely switch for Jason McAteer. That's for Djibril Cissé. Over away was by Dario Simic. Pirlo.
He's just strolling through the game, isn't he, Pirlo? Gets on the ball, a little dink pass.
Serginho. There's Giuseppe Pancaro. And challenged by Diao. Ambrosini. Pancaro. In towards Cafu. And he came for Borriello. Plenty of time for Jamie Carragher. It's tight in there. And Gerrard has been absolutely rifled through. Alessandro Costa-Curta says, I got there when I could.
Yeah, done for skill here, a little give and go. Costa-Curta just comes straight through. Steven did well to ride that, actually. Would have been a nasty one.
Smeetser. And Gerrard is there. The shot is deflected away and behind for a corner.
They're willing to score, though, aren't they,
well,
Steven?
they're always willing to score in these games. They're desperate for him to score in these games.
Absolutely. It's a good strike, keeps it down well. Good defending. Out for the
Dig
corner.
out, dug it out. Jason McAteer will take the corner. Zabiati sorts his defence out. Borriello, who met it at the near post. There was a little shove by Jamie Carragher on Kaka. Kaka almost holds his arms out to Jamie Carragher as if to say, what are you doing?
You can't do that. That's Kaka. But that just shows you the competitive edge of Jamie, doesn't it? He wants to win it. He wants to win the ball, but he wants to win the match as well.
Serginho. Dissects both Kaka and Borriello.
I think Borriello is really on the same wavelength as some of his teammates.
Steve McManaman. Here comes Patrick Berger. Vladimir Smeetser. Those two head forward together. Really see them apart. Berger again. Lovely little step away from Massimo Otto. Comes all the way through to Djibril Cissé. By Ambrosini. That's McAteer. That's Salif Diao. Oh, why not?
Why not indeed? Caught it well. It's bending away. Not renowned for his goal scoring ability either. Diao takes the responsibility of the shot, slicing across it a little bit there into the cop.
Here's Cissé, here's Gerrard. We're trying to find McAteer, who would have actually been in there. There's a foul by Salif Diao on Serginho, who immediately gets the ball moving. And Borriello. That's Pancaro in a lot of space. Jason McAteer's labouring upfield. And Giuseppe Pancaro has time and space here. And the cross flicked away by Carragher. It comes to Cafu. Here's Pirlo. Oh, they're all running in behind, but they're running in the opposite direction. No one went that way. As Borriello came out, everyone ran the other way. Pirlo's ball was, in the end, harmless. And Liverpool themselves can move away downfield. Gerrard. Costa Curta is the defender. Gerrard with a double dummy. Super stop by Abiati. Cisse. Oh, that's a wild one.
That is a wild one. I don't think Steven Gerrard's too happy. He's in the back post, wanting the cross. Brilliant run. Step over, double step over. Gets his shot in. Good save from Abiati. And Cisse goes for glory. Leaning back on it. And this is what we're used to seeing Steven Gerrard of old, isn't it? Running at defenders, committing defenders, getting his shot in.
Alessandro Costa Curta, one of the greats of centre-half defending. At 52, though, didn't fancy the double step over, did he? Who would, from Steven Gerrard? 14 years his junior. Ambrosini. Kaka. Serginho. Ambrosini's touch a little heavy. The referee will say that Ambrosini just left a foot in there, which will give Liverpool possession. Here's Gerrard again. Not from there, he can't shoot, as the crowd scream at him again. Cisse. Steve McManaman couldn't get there.
Cisse's just looking at him, stood there looking at him. What are you doing? Yeah, I knew what I wanted to do, but my legs wouldn't get me there, said Maka.
10 years older than Dibril. Here's Diao. He's 42 now. Still very sprightly in the middle of that midfield, though. Speaking of sprightly, here's Patrick Berger. He might have a go. What a left foot.
Brilliant left foot. And then his shooting boots on so far today. He's got brilliant left foot. Opens up for him. I'll take the responsibility of the shot. Just over the top. Get enough bend on it.
Well, here come a couple more changes, as Serginho will make way. Rui Costa's going to come back on here. And also another change as well in goal. As Valerio Fiori will come on as well. And Liverpool's change, you'll see Michael Owen make way. John Aldridge steps on.
Yeah, he steps on, but you remember last time when he came on?
He fell over. He was given a free run from the halfway line on goal and fell over. How much stick did you give him for that?
Oh, none, of course. I still give him stick to this day. If
so he was your roomie, was he, in it? 87, 88?
Yes, he was my roomie. Mr. John.
What sort of roomie was he?
Very good roommate. Doing the crosswords all the time, doing his sit-ups, press-ups. Absolutely. And I was laying on the bed saying, what are you doing?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Sit-ups, press-ups, crosswords.
Here's Aga.
I had to make the tea, though. He was rubbish at that.
McManaman. Here comes Jason McAteer. Gerrard, he's looking for the run of McAteer. Not going to get a penalty. It was a really good challenge by Costa Curta.
Yeah, good movement from Maka, though. It's in there, but Costa Curta reads it really well, slides in.
He had some decent battles, of course, in Real Madrid-Milan games, as well as others as well. It's Cisse with the corner. What to take that is by Pirlo. Just control it on his instep and bring the ball away. Towards Borriello, he's running to traffic though. Smeets is trying to bundle his way through. And Digau will bring the ball away. Here's Borriello. Pirlo. Lovely ball for Kaka, who then takes over again and does have support. Kaka's ahead of him and has lost his footing. And Liverpool can advance, and they have 4 against 3 here. It's Cisse, and here's Gerrard, and the ball in. Oh dear! Well, it was teed up on a plate for John Aldridge, and Vladimir Smica got across him and cost John Aldridge his big moment here.
Yeah, they got each other's way. Cisse, a lovely pick out in the back stick for Steven Gerrard, looking for the runners. Lovely little cushion header. Who's going to put it in? Neither. John Aldridge can't get there. Smica should have put it in the back of the net. Well, that could have been John's glory with the cop end. This man's been absolutely superb, hasn't he? Cafu just coming off here, but this is the chance. Steven Gerrard headed a little cushion header back across, couldn't stick it away.
One of the great war horses of Italian football coming on as well, Angelo Carbone, who was David Platt's midfield partner for Bari back in the early 90s when he went there from Aston Villa, played for 10 clubs across Serie A. Long career, Angelo Carbone. One of those names that you always remember from Gazzetta Football Italia, if you're old enough to remember that.
I am.
On Channel 4.
Unfortunately.
You were still playing then, of course. I think you were playing for Rangers then, weren't you?
Yeah, we used to watch that on a Saturday morning in the hotels when we were away from home. Everybody watching the Italian programme.
Giuseppe Favalli, who is actually here with Milan today, he actually signed for Lazio the same summer as Paul Gascoigne. That was a unique experience for him. He's a famous name from those days of the Serie A football, that Lazio team. And of course, these are great names of Milan's past, a little more recent in terms of the history. That's Gerrard looking cross-field for Smica.
Yeah, I used to be able to do that, Stephen just said. Unfortunately, not today. But he's had a good game again, Stephen, isn't he? Full of energy.
He makes it look very easy playing in these sort of games, doesn't he?
Yeah, he used to make it look easy when he was playing in the Premier League
and in the Champions League. Borriello thought he was fouled by Aga. Here's Cisse. Digao is the defender. That's beyond Aldridge for Smica. And Berger's arriving. And Diao and Aldridge wait in the middle. And that's for Gerrard. That's a great toe. Costa Curta is still down on his haunches. That was a big effort to get to that ball at the age of 52. But still, that competitive streak is there.
Absolutely. I think that's the same for all of them, isn't it? In a red shirt or a white shirt, competitive edge is still there.
That's for Ambrosini, and they're in here. And that's a big challenge by Carragher. Rui Costa, Pancaro. Decent effort, super goal. And Milan level things up, and look at what it means to them. They've really got at Liverpool in this second half, and they've got themselves a couple of really classy goals. It's a really, really good finish by Giuseppe Pancaro.
Brilliant finish. Knew what he wanted to do, bend it in Vestevaut's left-hand post. Obviously good build-up as well between Rui Costa and Kaka. When it comes out from Rui Costa, back out to Pancaro. Pancaro picks his spot. Beautiful finish for 2-2.
Cafu is just actually coming back on, having just gone off.
But this is a brilliant technique, fantastic finish. Bending around the defenders into the far corner. Sander, absolutely no chance with that one. Pancaro, brilliant finish.
I was just mentioning that Cafu has just come back on, by the way, which is why you'll probably see him having got a really good reception. Oh, that's a mistake by Pirlo. Don't see many of those. And Cisse, oh, they're appealing for handball. They're screaming for a penalty. They're not going to get it, though. And here here comes Rui Costa. Aga can't stay with him. His legs are fading on him now as Pancaro keeps going strong. And here's the man in the middle waiting for it. It was Kaka, and it just eludes him.
Yeah, some tired legs out there. Those who have played the full time.
Was it Milan's turn to score 3 second-half goals?
Let's hope not.
Here's Gerrard. On towards Djibril Cissé. Gerrard again. Lovely turn. And Steven Gerrard again. And there's the shot! Steven Gerrard wraps it up for Liverpool in the last minute of the game. At the Kop end, they come to see Steven Gerrard, and he always responds. It's a beautiful Gerrard goal.
It's a brilliant goal, because really he should have taken it on his left foot, but decides to cut it back on his right foot and then drills it across the goalkeeper. Brilliant play. Here you think he's going to curl it on his left foot, go on then, no, he cuts it back onto his right foot, sends all the defenders the wrong way, and then he hits it back across the goalkeeper. Abiati in off the inside of the post at the Kop end. You couldn't write the script, could you? Steven Gerrard once again.
No matter what the age, special players can provide special moments. Steven Gerrard's done it all his football career, and in the last minute against AC Milan at Anfield, it may just be the Legends, but the Milan players sunk to their knees and put their hands on their heads, and Steven Gerrard is left with a big smile on his face. And a goal that should win this really good encounter for Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah, I think credit to all the players, whatever colour shirt you've got on, they've been superb. They've entertained this big crowd here for the foundation. Been competitive, been some quality football as well, and some real quality goals.
Daniel Agger has made way. He was struggling, you saw a little earlier. Sami Hyypiä has come back on. And here comes the oldest swinger in town, Cafu. He's got a free kick. Patrick Berger doesn't agree.
This is not competitive, is it? Absolutely brilliant. Cafu getting forward.
Oh, Valerio Fiori, the goalkeeper, isn't coming forward. Well, Pirlo will be the conductor. Can he conjure something here in stoppage time? Guess who headed the ball away?
I wonder. Steven Gerrard, right place, right time again.
He doesn't deliberately, and has never made football matches deliberately about him, but it just happens.
Yep. Well, he's that good, that's why.
Yeah.
And sometimes you think it's a magnet that the ball ends up at players like Pirlo and like Gerrard. That's because there's so much quality they have, but they read the game so well. It's not just about effort and skill, it's about reading the game.
That's tidy. And again, trying to find the way forward with Rui Costa. And Cafu is held up by Vladimir Smica. The free kick will go to Liverpool. One of the great characters. One of the great players. Cafu entertaining the crowd. These players love these games. The fans here appreciate these players as well. And the fans at Anfield are going to get the result they want. Liverpool do win the LFC Foundation Challenge. Kenny Dalglish and Ian Rush are winners. And they're winners thanks to who else? The Liverpool captain. Steven Gerrard is very much the match winner and the Liverpool hero. After Milan came from 2 down thanks to wonderful goals from Andrea Pirlo and Giuseppe Pancaro, but Steven Gerrard very much in the last minute gave Liverpool their victory. And Nigel Spackman, great afternoon.
Brilliant afternoon. Credit to both sets of players who performed out there, played some real quality stuff. That's hard work, but Kenny will be pleased. He's won again here at Anfield, but I think for the Liverpool Legends, they'd be happy they've won this game against a very good Milan team.
Well, Liverpool turned on the style, and as Ancelotti and Dalglish look on, it is Liverpool's day. Liverpool Legends 3, Milan Glory 2. It's been another cracker. Well, the players down there now in the centre circle embracing. And, you know, the Milan players were devastated when Gerrard scored that last-minute goal, weren't they, Nigel?
They absolutely were, especially Pancaro, who scored that brilliant second where he curled it in. You could see him down here by the dugouts when Steven Gerrard put that in. He was throwing his arms in the air, shouting at players, but Steven Gerrard does that type of thing. How many times late on in a game has Steven Gerrard come up with the goods to win a game for Liverpool?
He's 38 now, but that will have given him, and everything he's achieved in his career, but that will have given him a buzz, won't it?
I'll tell you why it's going to give him a buzz, because he's going to go back in at Ibrox this week with the players coming back from international duty, etc., and he's going to say, did you see my goal? Did you see my performance? We beat Milan Glory 3-2.
Well, an embrace from Kenny Dalglish for the man that we do call the Liverpool captain, Steven Gerrard. And it was a wonderful finish after Milan had done so well to turn the game around. And I mean, the goal by Andrea Pirlo, which was a really special free kick, a special moment for the Anfield crowd to see a true great who, you know, his billing is up alongside Steven Gerrard to produce a moment like that.
Well, I think everywhere you look down there's quality anyway, but the goals were quality. Pirlo's free kick was brilliant. Pancaro's equaliser was fantastic. Steven Gerrard's goal, Robbie Fowler's goal, all round. Credit to all of those out there, and credit to these people for turning up and paying their money to watch this game. They've been entertained, but it's for a much bigger cause than that. They've enjoyed it, and that man is a very, very special player.
And he's one of those that you will look back on football in the future. He will always be one of the great names. Kaka will be one of the great names. Cafu will be one of the great names. And to see him score that free kick, to roll back the years, and then Giuseppe Pancaro almost outshot him with that beautiful curler.
Absolutely fantastic goals. But you know what? For people like Pirlo as well, saying I scored a free kick at Anfield, because this is one of the stadiums where top players want to play. I think Maldini was saying at the start he's upset that he couldn't play here today. He's never played at Anfield, I don't think, and it's one of the football stadiums of the world where players want to come and play, and they've enjoyed themselves. The pitch has been superb, the free kicks have been superb, the all-round game has been excellent, but in the end there's only one winner, and that was Liverpool today, and that's down to Steven Gerrard.
And at the age of 52, he was the oldest man on show today. He's third on the appearance list for AC Milan. The other two above him both had the shirt number retired, Franco Baresi and Paolo Maldini, but people still wear 5 at Milan, but that shouldn't take away what Costa Curta has been in the game.
No, blimey. He played well again today as well, so competitive at his age. Made some couple of crunching tackles, but what a player he was and still is. But over the years, Milan have had some very, very special players at their club. They still do, and the same for Liverpool, some very special players, and we've been privileged to watch some of these great stars of the past here today.
And let's talk about Djibril Cissé and Glenn Johnson getting the opportunity to walk out at Anfield again, and Glenn setting that goal up, Djibril, of course, scoring the Liverpool second goal as well. You know, for them as well, it just gives them great memories of the time they spent here as players.
Yeah, but I think Kenny Dalglish said it earlier. It doesn't matter if you've been here for 10 years or 1 year, but Anfield, Liverpool, the people, the club, the history means something very special, and that's why they come back and want to play in these games. And this would be a very special moment for some of those players who haven't been back in recent years to come here, play at Anfield, play in front of this full house today, and really enjoy the occasion and think back to, you know, 2005 for some of them, that special night in Istanbul, and you know, people like Steve McManaman, who just loves playing football.
The Milan players as well down there are actually having photos taken down on the field with each other, holding arms at the Kop end of the field. I mean, it's then those moments that bring home what this stadium means around the world, and to these guys as well.
Absolutely. There's special, iconic stadiums in world football, and Anfield is definitely one of those. But also you have to look at it and say, well, maybe for some of them this might be the last game they ever play. And, you know, get an injury. Ian Rush couldn't play today with his knee. Will he come back and play again in the future? I hope so, because he's a ledge as well. But all these players, the Milan players down there walking in front of us, waving to the crowd, applauding the crowd applauding them back. It's been a fantastic afternoon, full of entertainment. There's going to be some sore legs and some sore heads.
I'm certain that they will enjoy themselves this evening, and they've earned it, because the crowd has been really entertained. And as we say, Milan haven't been to Anfield, you know. We only met them in finals. And so to see these greats play at Anfield and to come down here, and eventually it was won by Steven Gerrard. Typical.
Shock. But that's what he is. He's a winner. And as Bruce and I were talking earlier, you know, if he was part of the great Liverpool teams, he'd have been up there. Well, he is up there with the likes of Graham Souness. But he's a very special player, special young man, and hopefully he will become a very special coach. And it might be one day back here. He's doing a great job at Ibrox, one of my old clubs, where they love him. But you never know, one day he might be back here as a manager and coach as well.
Well, who knows, of course, what Steven Gerrard and Gennaro Gattuso could meet each other, of course, as managers, because, you know, the way that Gattuso has gone about his job with Milan so far and where Steven Gerrard is going, well, it could be very, very interesting to see with his managerial career. And that gives us a good chance to go downstairs, because down on the field is the match winner, the man who clinched it with that beautiful goal right at the end. The man who always wins it for Liverpool. Steven Gerrard is with Peter McCall.
A goal right at the end, and you pop up. It must have been a brilliant moment for you, that.
Yeah, listen, it's always a special time to come to Anfield, especially when it's full, and just put the kit on. So to play against Milan with all my ex-teammates and to get the win, is obviously a special feeling. So thanks to everyone for coming out and supporting all the boys today.
It must have been nice for you today as well. You can come here with no pressure. You don't have to worry about what team you select. Just go out there and do what you used to do.
Believe me, I'm still feeling the pressure. It's in the back of my mind. You know, I've got a day job now, and all my focus is obviously on Rangers, but I've got one eye on Anfield, and I just hope the lads can go and get us over the line, because I'll be the happiest man in the world.
Well said. Where the team is concerned as well today, because we had a few debutants, the likes of Glenn Johnson's joined the Legends setup. It's great occasions, isn't it, when you all get together for a fantastic cause?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, as soon as you get the invite, you can't wait for the day, and you know, it's great to welcome Glenn back in. You know, Glenn was excellent for us while he was here, and the lads give up all the free time. You know, they can be with the families elsewhere, but they want to come here for a good cause, and so obviously entertain the supporters. So well done to all the lads.
And you cheekily put on your social media, this would settle the trilogy. Is that it now? Can we bury this AC Milan Liverpool drama?
Well, if they want to welcome us to the San Siro, I'm game for that. But up to now, we've got our noses in front.
Well, he looks like he's never been away, doesn't he, ladies and gents? The man of the match for today, the one and only Steven Gerrard. We should also spare a mention at this stage for Jessie, who celebrates his birthday today, ladies and gentlemen. A nice way for an Istanbul hero to celebrate the afternoon.
Well, Steven Gerrard asking for a return in the San Siro, and why not, Nigel Spackman?
As long as we can go and commentate on it and watch it, I don't mind. But that would be a fantastic occasion if that ever happens.
Shall we have a look through the way that the game unfolded? The LFC Foundation charity match, and it all started with Liverpool dominating early on, and this was the first goal.
Yeah, they were dominating early on. Glenn Johnson was getting forward down that right-hand side. They'd leave him time and space, and they'd pick out a runner. And the movement from Robbie is really good. Comes towards the ball and then just drifts off between the two centre-backs. And that's a brilliant finish.
There have been some brilliant football moves on the way through, and this was another classy piece of play from Berger to Cisse.
Yeah, straight through the middle of the Milan defence, and Berger releases it at the right time. Cisse's onside, and he just passes it past the goalkeeper.
And then it became 2-1. Andrea Pirlo doing what Andrea Pirlo does.
Absolutely brilliant. Sander, best of all, didn't move. He's over the top of the wall.